Hey everybody, it's the Neighbor Ladies here on the Alive and Social Network. Did you miss us? We were gone for a week. Let me remind you, it's the Neighbor Ladies. I'm Colleen. We've got Karen J. We've got Suzanne. We've got Boston. She's back. We've got Handyman Grant. What's the show about? God only knows this week. But right now, all I know is it's after the state fair. School has already started. And Boston, you wanted to talk to us about something.
I did. I'm still on fire about this. August 31st. We've got Trump and Scott Walker talking about walls. Scott Walker says, hey, we want to build some walls. Yeah, we're going to build a wall in Canada. What is that? 3,627 miles?
The guy that he's
one of those
governor
candidates
from Wisconsin.
Yeah.
He's kind of young. He looks like a JCPenney underwear model.
Yeah. He's hot if you are over 85. He really is.
It's not hot at all.
Yeah. If
Yeah,
you like
he's hot if you're
polyester knit.
I get it.
Yeah. So, and he's serious about it. He was on, of course, Meet the Press, and he said he really feels that this would secure the border. We would handle the situation.
What's he worried about?
Mexico.
Meds coming in?
How old is Meet the Press? And they just have to be saying right now, what the fuck?
Yeah. Can't
We've
this
had-
show go
We've
away
had Henry
and die?
Kissinger. We've had all of these greats, right? These great
Now
minds.
Scott Walker. And do you
Yeah.
notice they never go into primetime Meet the Press? They're always on Sunday morning.
Yeah.
Before
Before anyone's up.
wrestling,
Yeah.
I think you listen to Meet the Press, you're ready for whoever wrestling has to offer.
But I don't understand. Why does he want to close the border around Canada?
He feels that there's an opportunity there for people to break into America, immigrants to come. I
could
see a lot
happen.
of people.
Because
No,
of our good healthcare system.
That's
yeah.
right. Good
right.
health care.
Please, if anything, we're trying to get over there to get their meds.
Seriously, if you were going to come to this country and break in, wouldn't you break into a warm climate? You would not start where it was 20 below. Isn't northern Wisconsin cold? Think about it. But he's obsessed with it, man. He goes on, and he felt the need to discuss this because he felt the people of New Hampshire pressured him when he was there because they had concerns about building a wall in northern New Hampshire. I have never heard this. I've been to New Hampshire. I don't know. Were they doing it with Legos? What were they thinking about up there? I don't know.
I don't think
do
the
you guys
Canadians
think?
are a concern.
No,
No.
they seem to be so
They
peaceful.
don't want to come down here.
No.
Scott Walker is our concern.
Okay, if you're going to build a wall, and let's just say everyone gets concerned about ISIS and other terrorist groups, you don't think that they're going to try to climb a wall. Don't you think they're just going to come in an airplane or something? We forgot. What are we going to do with our airspace, Scott? How are you going to handle that situation?
It's just such a weird
Concept.
It doesn't. It's like he got his playbook from Wile E. Coyote.
Yes.
And-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Roadrunner.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
let's paint a big sign that looks like a tunnel, and then when they crash into it,
Right.
but it's really going over
I think
a
he
cliff.
just wants a wall
Right.
because Trump said he was going to build a wall.
Well, but the thing is, I think one of the reasons I wanted to talk about it is I think it's indicative of the nature of what's happening with the Republican Party, that they focus on an issue so mundane as this. They're not talking about poverty. They're not talking about all the illegal immigrants
They
in
don't
Europe.
know anything about poverty.
Well, yeah, and that's part of the problem. But so he comes up with the
some of them
concept of the
do,
wall.
but then they screw with those Republicans and get them talking about those immigrants.
Right.
You'd be middle
Right.
class if it weren't for those immigrants.
Right.
It doesn't have anything to do with the way we've got things structured.
Oh yeah. Well, anyways, that's why I brought it up. I don't want to even fathom.
Did you
what
see them?
materials-
Did you go to the booth out at the state fair? It was the Growth and Opportunity Party. It did not have. I thought because we're all into design here, right?
Yeah.
Logos. We were just
Right.
trying to figure
Yeah.
out
Right.
how we're gonna what Neighbor Lady logo we're using.
Right.
The huge sign. I mean, in every year of my life since I've been going to the state fair with my sister, we've gone to both booths. We've gone to the Democrat booth and the Republican
Right.
booth.
Right.
And the Republican booth's right next to CCO and State Fair. Or not State Fair, the Old Mill, right?
Yes.
And there's this huge sign, like big letters, it's the Growth and Opportunity Party, and then the Minnesota Republican Party. Like the tiniest.
Like they're
It's like
ashamed.
they're trying to
It's like
trick
they're
people
ashamed.
into, or they're trying to get people to think of them differently by not actually changing. They're only changing
Right.
Oh,
the
so
words.
it's the
They're
same
not-
party?
It's the same party, but it says growth and opportunity. It doesn't say scary white guys that want control of your
So
vagina.
the people
Yeah.
of the
Which
Green
is-
Party
maybe
might
it
think
should
that
be next
there's
to the
a
horror-
there's a
That's
connection.
like
haunted house.
false advertising. I mean, I might. I didn't
Yeah.
go this year, but I might have fallen for that.
No, seriously,
growth and
that
opportunity.
growth
Yeah,
and opportunity.
yeah.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
That
Right.
sounds good
well,
to me.
it sounds like an Amway meeting, doesn't it? Growth and opportunity.
Have you ever
it's
gotten
just-
suckered
pyramid
into an Amway
scheme.
meeting?
Oh, we could talk about that.
If you know what,
honey.
if
I
they
sold
offered
Mary
free
Kay
Tupperware,
too.
they would probably get
Yeah.
people into house meetings.
Absolutely.
They would.
People love
yeah.
Tupperware.
Oh yeah.
Cupcakes. If you-
Pampered chef.
Pampered chef.
Oh
yeah.
God! Have
Shit.
you ever had to go to a Pampered Chef?
Yes.
7 Pampered chef parties I've been to, you guys.
But they have great stuff. That stuff
Oh.
lasts forever.
I've got some. Maybe
Yeah.
next week I'm going to have to bake something
Put it
on
on
one of
eBay.
those tarts.
I bought one thing. I bought the glass bowl with the spout and the handle and the lid on it, and I do use it. But
Okay.
I mean,
You think you're cool now because you have that?
because
don't
I
you?
have
Oh, my
one
God.
Pampered Chef thing. Like
Oh,
one-
I
have the
could
little-
help you. You could have 2 or 3.
I don't want
have,
any more Pampered Chef.
I have the chopper of life. You chop your onions on.
The
My
slap
God,
chop?
the slap chop. Wow, wow, wow! You're whacking things. I love it. I just got excited there, didn't I? About
You
that.
did,
I'm
yeah.
flying.
I have
Yeah.
this little
That's
pie
it.
server. Little
Pie
spatula thing. Oh
Yeah.
my God, I
Is
use
it
it for everything.
For
triangular?
$40,
No.
the pie
No,
spatula.
it's like
yeah.
rectangular.
Use it to beat your children. It's beautiful.
We don't do that in my house.
Oh, I'm so sorry. That was not politically correct. We do not
Sexual
beat
spanking?
children in my
Okay.
area.
It's not quite big enough to like
Yeah.
cover any depth, but yeah.
Okay.
Anyways, we went from Pampered Chef and now back to the wall because that's what we were talking about
Yeah.
with Scott Walker. Actually, the governor of Vermont, who is a Democrat, was very excited when this happened, and that's Senator Patrick Leahy of Vermont. He slammed the comment saying that having grown up near the Canadian border, Walker's suggestion to him is one of the craziest ideas to come out of the election. And he must be unaware of the economic prosperity that commerce across the northern border brings to the United States. So I thought that was, deep, really deep. Kidding, but I mean, it was nice. Apparently, others responded to it, but the fact that this became a focus is something I think we should be really, really concerned about. So. That's it. That's all I have on that.
That's it.
Donald Trump and his little wall, I just think he's racist against Mexicans. I think that's his whole problem. I would like to see him.
Was he the one that well, no, did he had a problem with Jeb speaking Spanish, right?
He did.
And then
yeah.
Jeb said,
Yeah.
I'll speak Mexican whenever I want. And then Sarah Palin said, everyone should talk American. Like, she really said that.
She did say it. And she not only
really,
said
really
it,
said that?
she
Yeah.
kept repeating it.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, it's just
And meanwhile,
like,
everybody on Meet the Press is just like saying, what the fuck?
And
We're going to
again-
have everybody on.
It's not Mexican,
Oh my
it's
God.
Spanish.
Well, right. I know.
I know. So speak,
Yeah.
But that's what they were saying.
I know.
you
They're
guys,
idiots.
I think we could get on Meet the Press. I think there's a possibility.
Yeah. I think we should.
I mean, Sarah Palin, Scott Walker.
That scares the shit out of me. That we probably could, and we probably would sound okay.
We might solve something. I think
Oh,
there's
man.
it. Hey,
I
I had a
know.
great vacation, guys. I'm full of possibilities.
Are
What
you
can I
really
tell
now?
ya?
We
You
could
gonna
all
get into
pose
politics?
as Republicans to get on.
Oh,
Yeah, we could.
I think I'll pass.
I
could.
don't think I could.
Oh, look, Suzanne's
it.
looking green. Oh my God, get a barf bag. She's going to
could do
be
it.
pushed her.
I dated a guy once that was into the dom submissive thing.
Yeah.
Right. And I thought, ooh, this sounds fun. Right. I was single. Why not?
Yeah.
And he was a Republican, right?
Yeah.
And I thought, well, that probably makes him kind of an asshole. Kind of a ooh. And let me just say, fabulous. Okay. Fabulous, just a fabulous and hey, listen, I know lots of Republicans. Like I actually like them if we don't talk about politics, and they like me, right? But this guy, he was so funny. So we go out and watch. He wanted to watch sports, right? Again, I don't give a shit, but I'll bring a newspaper, whatever. So we're out at the Herkimer. We're out at this bar in my neighborhood. So he can watch, and it's not even real football; it's college football. It's like, oh no! And he said, "Hey, pay attention to this. Pay attention to this." And I took another. It was before I quit drinking, and I said, I'm really content with this beer. You just go right ahead. And he said, well, why don't you like football? And I said, I just can't get into it. It's not that I don't understand it. I do understand it. I don't find it compelling. And he said, we're going to change that. And I thought, He said that with such
Yes.
soul deep certainty.
like
And
a true Republican.
It chilled me to the bone.
Yes.
It chilled me to the bone. And
Yes.
I thought, you have no idea, but that was the death knell.
Yeah.
We're never seeing each other again. I've
That's
never.
right.
I just thought, oh my God,
He was
because
going to
so-
change you.
He was going to
gonna
change me.
change you.
And he said it with
That's
such
what they like
cheerfulness.
to do.
Yeah.
And I thought, yeah, okay.
It
You're
was
never
his
gonna-
right. It was his mission.
We had one time. That was it. I was able to make it that far. It was fun. I don't regret it. No regrets.
So
I
the
hope
sex
you
was
were the
good.
dom.
YOLO.
Yeah. So were you the
No.
submissive or the dom?
I was a submissive.
Okay.
It was we were
Of
playing
course.
around.
It's
Okay.
Republican.
Yeah, I know.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Give me your vagina.
Give me? No, it's attached. Sorry. It's attached to that decision-making thing.
Your body belongs to me now.
No. Oh, my gosh. All right. When we come back, we're going to talk about the links. Suzanne wants to
Yeah.
talk about the links. You're listening to the Neighbor Ladies. Hey. You ever listen to the stuff on the Alive and Social Network? I think you should. Particularly this show, The Lazy Gardener, the Twin Cities' best-known garden and plant personality, Bobby Jensen. You may have seen him on Grow with Care and elsewhere. He riffs and banters with local radio celebrity Brian B.T. Turner on how to make easy and simple updates to your garden and landscape. No matter how big or small the space you live in or play in is, they'll figure out how you can get stuff to grow. Visit aliveandsocial.com to learn more and subscribe.
Meet your neighbor lady, Karen J. Karen J, what or who should have a wall built around it?
I think they should build a wall around my vagina so the Republicans can't get to it.
Suzanne?
I would say Cape Canaveral.
Boston?
Texas, the whole state of Texas. Let's just handle it now.
Colleen?
I think they should build a wall around Scott Walker, and I think it should be right up to his armpits so that his shoulders and his head will stay out of it. And yeah,
Give him a little neck room.
give a little room to breathe. You know, I think it'll be kind of fun.
Yeah.
Let him out maybe sometimes on the weekends to go hunting, fishing.
Right.
Nah.
But not to pee.
No.
No.
All right, welcome back. You're listening to the Neighbor Ladies. Colleen, Karen J, Boston, Suzanne, Handyman Grant, and we're done with our politics for the episode, aren't we?
Oh, for the moment.
For the moment,
Yeah.
until we get back to the pampered chef conversation.
Yes.
You know,
It's
I
so
was
political.
well. That's all right. We have to talk politics and sports sometimes. You know, you could be anything.
PC.
Yeah,
Pampered chef.
that's right. Politics and sports.
That's something I can get behind.
We've got the sports section coming up with our second resident sports fan.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, Suzanne.
Do you guys go to the Lynx games?
I
No.
haven't.
No.
I haven't
I
been.
watch them. I watch them all the time. I'm a big Lynx fan. I love them.
How about
I
you,
love
Grant?
basketball.
I've been, and I watched the end of the game against New York, what was it, 2 nights ago? or
Yeah, a
something
couple
like
nights
that?
ago.
Yeah.
That was a rough one.
They're our
it was
best
rough.
team, aren't they?
They are.
They are.
They are.
are. Yeah.
They've been our best team all along.
The only champions we have.
Yes.
I know.
Yeah.
And look at all the airtime they get.
Well, we can get a airtime.
Let's
Yeah.
give them our airtime.
Yeah.
So they won last night. Big game, huge game against Seattle. It was a real nail biter. Really, really intense. They were like within 3 points throughout the whole thing. It just was very scary. It ended up being 73-67, but that's just because Seattle got a lot of penalties at the end, and we're out players. It's going to be a really interesting playoff season because normally we're right up there. You know, we're just
Yeah.
Effortlessly,
trailing
right?
way
Yeah.
ahead.
Yeah.
We're just sort of always there.
Always there.
Immediately. And now we're going to have to work for it because we're out of players.
We're going to have to work for it because everybody's pretty equal. You know, it's
How do we get all the good players?
we got all the good players because people want to play with the Lynx. They have a very good reputation.
They
You know,
drafted
Cheryl
well.
Reeves
Yeah.
is incredible as a coach,
Yeah.
and the fans here are unbelievable.
So, in terms of fans across the country
Yeah.
for women's basketball,
Right.
our fans are the best, and we still don't do enough for them.
That's right.
Oh,
I mean, the fans here, it's unbelievable what happens, you know, and they sell out. There are games that sell out. The playoffs will be completely sold out.
I know they're magnificent. I used to
Yeah.
see. I had a friend that was in the Vixens or
Yeah.
the female
Yeah.
football team, and I would
Right.
go and see her
Yes.
because she's awesome.
Yeah.
Right, and that was fun. And for me, see, I'm an equal opportunity, not give a shitter about any sport. Like it
Yeah.
doesn't matter if it's men or women. I kind of just go, yeah. You're running around with a ball,
Right.
And it's exciting for a moment,
Yeah.
and for a little bit. I like baseball.
I like baseball,
I like
too.
baseball too.
Yeah.
I love
It's
baseball.
it's
Yeah.
a chill.
Yeah,
It's
baseball's
more
cool.
chill.
Yeah.
And for me, because but it's not too chill, which is for me the football part of it, too much waiting going
Yeah.
around.
Yeah. I never
Base-
got the football thing.
Baseball is a nice pace for me.
Yeah, I think
do like
baseball's
hockey
fun.
though.
I love hockey.
Yeah, I
Well,
love
that's
hockey,
because
too.
It's
you're
a
from
little
the
more
east
violent.
side.
I know, I do,
Yeah.
and I like a
Yeah.
live game. I like I like
Yes.
the high school games too because they
Hockey's
don't
been my
care.
favorite forever.
You do yourself a favor if you want to YouTube something exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pee Wee hockey fights.
Oh my gosh.
Those are so funny.
You know, I should.
They're the funniest things in the world. If you ever just you're like, oh, they're
I used to coach
bloodthirsty.
Little guys?
wrestlers like from first grade all the way to seventh grade, and I'd have these kids that were, first graders that never wrestled in their life, and they just kind of go around the mat with their eyes closed, reaching for something and trying to trip, and they'd fall to the ground and start crying. It was the half the battle of coaching them at that age was just getting through a match without crying.
Right.
That was the
Oh
battle,
yeah, that's
Right.
huge. That's
Right.
That
huge.
was the biggest thing.
It's like
And
a
if
little
If I
Thunderdome.
could get a couple of them to do that, then I knew, all right, this kid has a chance to keep going. But if their
Yeah.
ego was gone after a few of them, it was just a battle after that. But
We've got a few players that are just going to be out, and they've been
No,
out.
just
Injuries?
injuries.
They're injured.
Injuries.
Yeah.
Injuries. We've been lacking Simone for just about the whole season, and Lindsay's been out for a month. And a couple nights ago, it was that New York game. It appeared as though Maya Moore possibly broke her nose, but I think she's okay. She's okay. I mean, she's got it taped, but she's out there. She's
caught an
playing.
elbow or something? Or?
Yes.
Yeah.
Fouls. And so for a 34 game season, they're 22-11. They're still good, but they're up against some tough teams.
Yeah. it's
Some
gonna
really
be
tough teams. They
When-
play Seattle, I think, Friday night. And I mean, they're the first seat for the Western WNBA conference.
Okay. When does that all start? The playoffs? When do they?
Playoffs will start next week. It's
Okay.
either going to be Thursday night or Friday
All,
night.
do they have an idea of who they're going to play?
Yeah, LA.
L.A. Okay. L.A. is good, right?
Yes. Yeah. So they'll play LA and
Football starts on Thursday.
Oh, you're excited
Sorry.
for that.
I am.
Yeah, there you go.
Tom
There you
Brady's
go.
going to play. Yeah.
Suzanne
Yeah.
and
I got him-
Boston,
I got him starting.
you've played basketball. Is
Oh,
that
yeah.
your
Yes.
game?
Yeah,
Okay.
10
Yeah.
years.
All right.
Did you
yeah.
play too?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
I
play
didn't
basketball.
know that. Very
yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
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 I don't know. I grew up in a family of hockey players. My sister was the first on the first women's team in Minnesota, the Wayzata Checkers. So, and I could not see a puck, but she was, she let me skate with her. And I picked basketball because I could see the ball. And my father had 4 girls, and he said, "Hey, you kind of want any hormones in the house? Go pick a sport. That's it. You're out." And it worked. But I love it. I actually haven't been to a Lynx game this year. It's something I like to do with my daughter, but I got a little cheap, Sometimes you can't afford to do it all.
Yes.
So,
Does your
Yeah.
daughter play?
No, God, no. She's anti-sports.
Oh, so
But
does she
both
go to the
kids
game
are.
with you then?
Yeah, she does. She likes it. She knows what's going on, but she doesn't, it's kind of, I am really an excited fan. I do sit in my seat. I will not block you. But I get enthusiastic, and that's so embarrassing to the teenager. She brings 4 or 5 friends and off to the side. I'm over here, usually with a girlfriend that can put up with me.
So what you're saying is
So-
we have to go to a Lynx game.
I think it should
Yes.
be a neighbor
We
ladies
should.
deal. I think if we
Yes.
could get some tickets.
They're very fun. They're very fun. I have
should
season.
go.
How
I
much
have
are
a season
tickets
ticket.
for the game?
Yeah.
I buy a season ticket and it's $500, but I get all those games, all those home
Right.
games.
You have
Wow.
two. You have two
Good.
seats, obviously. Yeah.
No, one seat.
Oh, one seat.
Oh,
for
really?
500?
Oh,
okay.
wow.
That's
Yeah.
still. But that's not
That's,
bad.
I mean, compared to where
other
I'm
sports?
sitting, if I had those season tickets for the Timberwolves, they'd be $10,000.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I have a cheap set for the Twins. I get 20 games up in the upper deck, and I pay for two seats like $1,400.
Yes.
So
Wow.
you're getting
Yeah.
your money's worth at
I am.
$500 there for
Yeah.
all those games, 34 games.
Yeah.
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 We
So
have to
what
go.
if we want to sit with you?
So
We can't.
no, if you can, because there's people in the season seat section all the time that aren't there.
Oh, okay.
So we
Yeah.
just
Oh,
kind
that's
of make
good,
room
yeah.
and
Do you
find
know
So
them?
people
Yeah.
will say, Suzanne, I can't use these two
Mm-hmm.
seats for the next game, and then
Okay.
they'll just flash them to me.
Okay.
And yeah, I
Cool.
always
Very
have
nice.
extra
Very
seats.
nice. Well,
yeah.
I didn't know this about you. This is
Yeah.
good. This is
Yeah.
good. Now, do you play now at all? Do you ever pick
No,
up a ball?
no, I don't play now.
Oh God, I've been challenged in the neighborhood by much younger women to play, and they think I'm 25.
So you're gonna have to
and,
bring Suzanne in as a ringer.
that's what I'm thinking, Suzanne. This could be a big deal. I
Better
I
play
really
for
need
money.
the help. I have an excellent shot, but I got to say, we just shoot for 15 minutes, and I think my problem is that I don't have the margarita before I play, and
Right.
this is margarita ball, and I didn't know this.
Uh-huh.
We got some new neighbors in our neighborhood, and I just dropped by to say hello a couple times this summer, and they were shooting hoops. It was a lot of fun, and they are Lynx fans, but it's interesting to see how much support people get out there.
Oh,
you
they
know?
get so much support.
Yeah.
You know, I
Yeah,
I
it's-
used to have season tickets to the Wolves too, but I really I don't like NBA
Yeah.
compared to WNBA. I just the WNBA really plays as a team,
There's
and
passion.
what I find in the NBA is it's all individual.
complacency and
Yes.
just, I agree. The NBA has definitely lost its luster from
Yeah.
the early 90s, the 80s. I mean, those days were
They're not teams.
they're not, and now it's
No.
all an eye thing. It does get a little bit better in the playoffs, but I can imagine with the WNBA, and I would say I don't want to say this in a bad way, but with it less of a star
Yes.
thing and less of a
Yes.
money thing, because a lot of these women do other things besides play basketball.
Oh yeah, they want to come and be on the Neighbor Ladies.
That would be
Yeah.
awesome.
That'd be fun.
That would be great.
Yeah.
It would be great.
And I would imagine for them it's more of a, this is not just like, this is something I feel like it's not just a dollar thing for them.
Exactly.
Where
Well,
money
because
can-
they don't make money.
Exactly. So that's
They
where
make
you,
very little money.
you can watch.
Really?
It's probably much more of a
Yes.
passionate game
Yeah.
on a court
Right.
with the WNBA than you
Right.
would see at a typical NBA game.
Right. Yeah.
So
Highest
it's kinda like
played
arena-
basketball
it's like
player
arena
in the
football.
WNBA is 100,000.
Wow, 100,000.
Yeah.
And then you see what the guys are getting, and it just doesn't seem fair, and especially
Right.
with their attitude. And that's one reason why I used to go to NBA games a lot,
Yeah.
and would go to the Wolves, and I just found that the stars just don't care about the fans.
They don't.
you
Well,
know?
and they don't care about their team.
Yeah.
They just. It's
Yeah.
it's all about them.
Yeah, where can I make more money? I'm leaving tomorrow. Thank
Yeah.
you. You know.
Right.
Yeah, and I
Right.
can remember taking the Boy Scouts, my son's Boy Scouts, and Kevin Garnett was supposed to come by and sign autographs for the whole group, and he didn't do it.
Oh.
And I had to explain why.
Yeah.
And I said, I don't have.
And there's no
There's
explanation.
no explanation. I just
No.
kept it real simple. I just said, "Gosh, I have no idea why. Let's go get another hot dog."
It was,
you know.
Yeah,
It's
it was.
That
it,
sucks.
Yeah,
It's-
and
they're
then
It was
athletes.
that-
fan
They let you
appreciation
down.
night last night at the Lynx, and so after the game, they just opened up the court for people to have autographs signed.
Oh, cool.
yeah,
That's really cool.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
really nice. Really nice.
Well, that's why we love them, you know.
Yes.
And hey, Timberwolves, change anytime. I'm all about change, you know.
They're
Come
getting
on,
better
let
though.
it
The
be
T
good.
Wolves are really doing a good job.
Yeah.
I would say of getting the fans involved. I mean, because they've
Yeah.
got a new
Well, now they got
team.
KG
Yeah.
back, so
Yeah, but they've
Yeah,
also got a lot
well-
of youth and a lot coming
Right.
up with that team to the point where they need to market it in a different way.
Right.
So
Yeah.
to bring the fans in, I mean, I have a lot of friends that are season ticket holders, and they give like game use equipment from these guys. I
Right.
mean, they really take care of their season ticket holders.
Yeah, they do.
From
Yeah.
what I hear.
Well, that's good to hear. I
Yeah.
had that one experience, and now he's back. Let's see what happens. You also have some youth from Minnesota playing on that team. You have Tyus Jones,
Yep.
Apple Valley senior, that went out to Duke and came. He was drafted, so I think that'll bring a different feel. I mean, I'm hopeful. I don't
Me
want to
too.
sound so anti-Wolves. Thank you.
There was a new name on the roster last night, and her name is Kalana Green, and I have no idea where she came from. They didn't.
They
She
recently
didn't
made
play.
a trade.
She
Did you
didn't-
know that?
Yeah,
Was
I
that
know
a part
they.
of it?
Well, they made a trade for Fowles
Yeah.
and Montgomery, but I don't know who this Kalana Green is. I've never seen her name before. Last night's roster was the first time. She didn't play. Shea played a little bit. Their other new trade, but yeah, Sometimes I don't understand it. I think I understand the game, and then all of a sudden they throw in something like that, a brand new player that I've never heard of, and
Well, maybe they came up from the practice squad.
could be.
Well, plus
Well,
two,
no,
it's-
she's from Georgetown. She's
she
been
is.
playing 5 years.
but
so-
with injuries too, it's a smart
Yeah.
move.
It is.
yes,
Yeah, they're
yes.
getting ready for the
Yeah.
playoffs.
Yeah, we're hoping Lindsay's back for the playoffs, but I don't think Simone will be.
Yeah, it says that they signed her on around September 2nd, so a few days
Yeah.
ago, less than a week ago.
Right.
And it looks like they just signed her for a body. They needed another
Okay.
person
Yeah.
because of injuries.
Because of injuries, sure.
She played with Maya Moore
In
and
Connecticut.
Montgomery at Connecticut,
Yeah.
like you said. And so they just figured it would, from what it says here, bring some chemistry to those two and
Yeah.
a body that they needed to fill.
Good,
So,
good.
Hey, so I notice on their roster they always put the height and weight.
Yes.
Do they do that with the guys still too?
Yeah.
Okay, I just
Yeah.
want to make sure it's equal time
Yeah.
because I feel like that weight thing really bothers me. I'm like, were
think
you
when you're-
bloated? What do you think?
I think when
You
you're
know?
an athlete, it's different.
Yeah, it is. You got yeah, you're all that physical stuff. Never mind. It irritates me. I know you can play. I don't need to know your height and weight. You're tall. Go out there.
Nice. Good talk, you guys. All right. When we come back, more neighbor ladies.
meet your neighbor lady, Karen J. Karen J., what sport do you excel at?
Well, in high school, I was captain of my cheerleading squad, and I did letter in it. So,
Ooh.
but nowadays, I'd have to say, fucking.
We've gone there.
Ba-dum-bum.
I'm just saying, that's what I'm good at.
Oh, wow.
Suzanne, follow that one up. What sport do you
So it's
excel at?
athletic.
Yeah.
What did I lettered in swimming in high school, but probably 100-meter hurdles. I was
Wow.
really good at hurdles.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I tried to jump over a hurdle once, and I have little legs. It was funny. Hit my shin, fell on my face. It was funny. I mean, even I knew it was funny.
Try stilettos next time.
Yeah. Yeah, good idea.
Platforms for better balance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boston?
Well, I love basketball. That's it. I was fortunate enough to letter in basketball and cross country, and awesome. Been playing since 4th grade. Boring.
Colleen?
You know, I'm late to the sports thing, even though we had lady teams when I was in high school. We did. It was right when that was starting, though.
Yes.
You know,
it was.
I'm right at that
Yes.
age where it was just starting.
Absolutely.
And you know, I took shop classes instead of home
Right.
ec classes, and
You
I took
radical.
shop classes
I
too.
still don't know how to
Yeah.
fix a car, but I took shop anyway. But I never joined any teams. Or the cheerleading squad or anything like that. I
Yeah.
was not much of a joiner, more of a smoker. And but no, I started taekwondo with the kids later on in life.
Yeah.
And I was really good at it. Like
I bet you were.
Yeah, I rose pretty quickly.
You
in
seem
the-
really athletic to me.
In the belt, yeah. Well, I think it's probably waitressing. I think I owe a lot of my physical fitness to that job.
Yeah.
I really do. But yeah, it turns out, and I was in sparring matches beating black belts.
Wow.
So yeah.
How cool is that?
So yeah, I could. Yeah, it was pretty good. I felt good about that.